Hey, what's up? What's going on? This will not be a vlog. I was gonna say blog. This will not be a vlog. This is something different. This is just gonna be me talking because there's something that I've been wanting to tell you guys, that I've been keeping a secret, hiding away from you guys, and all that. This will have to do with mental health. Yes. I've been dealing with something myself, and I'm gonna try to see if I could do this better, because it's just going off the top of my head. I don't have nothing scripted. I don't have like notes or anything in front of me. And then also I wanted to say sorry if you see me doing this a lot. It's just me touching the screen so that way I can see myself in the front to make sure I'm in frame and all that, and it's still recording. So with that being out the way, yes, this is all off the top of my head. It's nothing is written down. This is all just raw, all real stuff. Not saying that there's other people that do that, but I'm just saying, like, if I tend to scramble here or there, I'm sorry about that. So I'm gonna start with one thing, so I could get that out the way, because it kind of goes hand in hand with what I'm about to say. One thing I was hiding away from everyone, that not even my own family knew, is that I was drinking a lot. And I'm not talking about drinking at parties and stuff like that. No, I was drinking a lot by myself. I was drinking myself to sleep. I would go to sleep with the bottle right next to me. That's how much I was drinking. And it wasn't just like me drinking tequila and stuff like that. I was literally getting stuff like at the alcohol store, at like Binny's and stuff like that. I would like get like hard seltzers and stuff like that, and I would drink that. I would make myself mix drinks, and then I would also drink tequila, taking that. And it wouldn't even be like me going ahead and serving myself a little bit. No, it was straight out the bottle. And I was doing that to make myself feel numb, for me not to feel certain things, and to kind of, in a sense, like, not think about my issues and my problems. And again, air quotes, because it's gonna go hand in hand with what I'm gonna go on to. But yeah, I decided to stop drinking back in, like, so before Mother's Day. I decided to stop drinking, and that's because I went to the doctor, got my blood drawn, and ended up coming out with all, like, everything high, like super high. And the doctor was like, you have to change. So then that's when I decided, you know what, I'm gonna have to stop drinking. And I stopped drinking. Like I said, before Mother's Day, and the last time I took alcohol, and it was just one shot, was on Mother's Day, and it was just to try the bottle. You guys saw it on my vlog for that. That was like the last time, which was the Don Julio 1942 Rosé. That was the last time I took alcohol into my system. And since then, I went back to the doctor and saw my results, and things went back to normal. That's how, like I said, that's how much I was drinking. I was drinking a lot. And it wasn't until then that my parents, once I told my parents, I told my mom, actually, not even my parents, I only told my mom first. And she was just like so worried, like, wow, that's how much you were drinking, huh? I was like, yes. But like I said, segueing from that, I've been going to therapy. Another thing I want to say, if in the middle of me talking about this whole journey that I've been on, I end up crying or anything like that, it's okay, it's fine. I'm not doing it to get attention. I'm not doing it to get views. I'm doing it so then that way to kind of show people, about mental health. And there's people that, they always talk about supporting mental health, but then they'll go right ahead and judge that person for doing a video like myself that I'm doing right now and end up crying. Like, oh, like that person, like, oh, they went on the internet and talked about their issues and they want attention and they're crying, and that's not it. It's just me trying to shine the light on this. And especially for us men, Latino men to be specifically, actually even more specifically Mexican men. I've always been taught to be tough, right? I'm sure a lot of us men have been taught to be tough and to be strong and to not show weakness, and that if you fall, pick yourself back up, don't cry, because that's showing weakness. And that's the same way I was taught. And I thought me being tough and me not crying and stuff like that, I thought that was normal. And it isn't. It isn't normal, you know, like to not show emotions. Because we are humans. We are supposed to show emotions. And that's the way I was programmed. And like I said, I've been doing therapy for like 3 months basically. And I'll let you guys know how it started, how I decided to go to therapy. I don't know if you guys remember when I went to Michigan, back like when it was my birthday. I went to Michigan. The first night was just my brother and I. When we got there, we went to the back, started a fire, and just enjoyed the backyard and how beautiful it was, the night sky. You could see the stars, and there were shooting stars, and it was just so relaxing. It didn't hit me then. It wasn't until the second night. The second day, or technically the first day when we were there, like the first full day, you know, my brother and I, you guys also saw that on the vlog where, you know, we went kayaking and stuff like that. We did the whole kayaking and all that, and later on that night, my parents were still not there. They were coming that night, actually. It was just my brother and I. We decided to start a fire. Like, we roasted some, like, potatoes on the fire and stuff like that, and again, enjoyed the night sky. My brother put on some music, some like nice mellow music that was like super relaxing. And I was looking at the sky, and he was like on my left side, kind of not far, but like a couple yards. And then I was on, you know, just sitting and looking up. I could see him, but like I had to turn around. But I was looking up at the sky and how beautiful it was, and you know, looking at the stars. They were super clear because there was like no like light pollution like how it is here in Chicago. It was like so nice and peaceful. And then that's when it hit me, when I was just like, why can't this be every day for me? Why can't it be this peaceful and it's quiet and nice? And that's when it started hitting me, all the stuff that's been going on. The next day we had gone to breakfast, and the thing is, my parents ended up getting late, like really late that night, the second night. So like I said, we ended up going to breakfast. And the thing is, we took the tire, and that's the reason why they got there so late. They actually had a flat tire, so we took it to a shop. My dad got out the car, so then it was just me, my brother, my grandma, and my mom. And my brother was knocked out, and then that's when I started talking to my mom about what I was feeling, especially how I was feeling the night before and how peaceful it was and stuff like that. And I started crying, and then that's when I told my mom, I think I need help. I think I need to go to therapy and talk to someone. Because I would talk to my mom, but like at the end I was just like, I think I need to talk to someone about this, like for real. And that's when it all started. The thing is here is that even though I said, oh yeah, I need therapy, I still took a while to do it. And it wasn't until like the end of September, so that was August, so the end of like September, that I actually did it. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. And the first time that I did my meeting, I was nervous and everything, and once I did start talking, it was just all flowing out of me, and I did end up crying the first session. And my therapist diagnosed me with anxiety. And then now this goes back to the drinking thing. So what pushed me to that point of like I need help was since I stopped drinking to feel, I was drinking to feel numb. I stopped that. It kind of, all those feelings I had were kind of building up. They were building up so much that I was like, I need help. And like I said, I just like, since I was doing it for, like I said, since I was drinking and doing that to not get to that point, I never realized that. Not to say never realized, but I was just like, no, I could handle it. I could do it myself. And that wasn't the case. And drinking shouldn't have been my way to go. But I did, and I learned. And like I said, I talked to my therapist about that, and she realized that, so you were using that to feel numb and numb all these feelings and the way you were feeling about your surroundings. And like I said, I was like programmed in a way to protect everyone. And with all the violence that's been going on in Chicago, like I know it's not just Chicago, it happens everywhere, right? It does. But some of the stuff hit close to home. And like some of that violence hit like close to home, and I was just like, damn, people are getting stabbed, people are getting shot and killed, people are getting dragged out of their cars and their car getting stolen, or even a gun getting pulled at, on them, and they take their car and whatever. And seeing all that news and stuff, like in my head I was just like, what if I'm gonna be that person? What if I'm gonna be next, one of those people that are being talked about on the news? What is it gonna be? Is it gonna be like this young man, was only this years old and he was doing such a good job, he was doing great, his life was going well for him and all that, and then thinking about like my parents being on the news and talking about me and what would they say and things like that. That's how far I was thinking about that. And that's because of my anxiety. That's how bad it was getting. Like what my therapist told me was that I have a certain type of anxiety where not just about feeling safe, but protecting people. And that's the way I feel about protecting my family, friends, and not just friends that I see in person physically, but people also that I've met online. Like people that I've played with, on the PlayStation, playing online on there, or even people like some of my people from this podcast that I watch. And we were part of a group chat for that podcast, and then we created our own. We separated, created our own, and we grew a lot closer. So even those friends, that I've never met in person, but we not FaceTime, we've done like the whole video call on Instagram and talked to each other, and we've helped each other out through issues and things like that. Just all of that, like all of them, like I want to protect. It's just what's been programmed, how I was raised and what to do. Like that's the way it always was. Eric, go with your brother because you're the oldest and you're taller and you're bigger and you're stronger. Hey, go with your mom because you're, again, bigger, you're strong, you're a guy, you're a man. That's what you're supposed to do. And I'm not saying that that's wrong, but since I was so used to that, doing it so often, it got to the point where it's just like, and I even told this to my mom, I'm so used to protecting everyone. At some point it got to me and I started asking myself, who's going to protect me then? Who's supposed to protect me when I'm the one protecting so many others, all these other people? And then that's what, like I said, even led to like the whole thing. Like if something were to happen to me, I'm looked as the person that's always happy. I'm looked as the person that's always smiling, laughing, cracking jokes, making other people happy, bringing up other people's spirits. That's what I'm known for. And that's what I was thinking. What if when I'm gone, if something were to happen to me and I'm no longer here? And I talked to this with my mom and I cried. We both cried. Who's supposed to protect you guys? Who is supposed to make you guys laugh? And I've even talked to my dad about this, as well. What I've been feeling. He was the last person that I talked to about it recently. And it was just because I was so afraid to talk to him about things. But through therapy, and doing exercises and all that, it has helped me so much with my anxiety and things like that. And things have been going well, that I am able to talk about it. Because talking about it right now, I'm just like, I was like, should I talk about this? Should I let them know what's going on with me? And at the end, I decided, you know what, I need to do it so then other people could see that, it's okay to talk about these things. And maybe I might inspire some other people to actually go to therapy, or even just, inspire them just one way or another. That's what I'm trying to get to. And yeah, so those were my thought process. And I even at some point it got to like, oh, if something were to happen to me, like, like I said, I think I've said it before, but it's like, oh, what if something were to happen to me, what's gonna happen to my stuff? Are my parents gonna go in that room and just completely get rid of my stuff, or are they gonna sit in my room, keep my stuff for a while, and go in there and just smell my clothes and be like, this is how he smelled like? Or even be like, this is Eric's room, look at his stuff, he really loved all this. And I know they're gonna, if something were to happen to me, they're gonna mourn me and all that, but at some point they're gonna move on, and that stuff is not gonna be there anymore. That's the thing. Like I said, my thought process of all that stuff, and it was getting to me, of course. And I talked it over with my therapist, and she gave me exercises where, like, there's one specific one where if I would just want to feel that relaxation or that peacefulness that I felt when I was in Michigan, to just put on music but with no lyrics. Put on music, lay down, whether it be on the bed, the couch, or even on the floor, just lay down, close your eyes, and try to picture yourself back there. The first time I did it, that's not where I went. The first time I did it, I laid down. I put on lo-fi music, which has no lyrics. It was just lo-fi. Closed my eyes, like I laid down on the floor, closed my eyes, and for some reason I felt like I was floating on water. Like there was water up to like my ears, like right here, right? As I'm laying down, like just midway, where like half my ear is in water and half of it is not. And it was like I was floating on that water, and I could see the sky, and I could see the stars and the beautiful colors, like if it was like the aurora lights and stuff like that. It was like so peaceful. And I was like, I'm back at being at peace. And it felt great. It felt really good to be at peace. And I was just like, oh, okay, I could work with this. And that's the thing, that the whole thing about me feeling safe, or like keeping others safe, like I said, all the violence, I would look at people just with me walking from my work to the train, or like walking around with my mom and things like that. I would look at people, not like stare at them like, oh, like, all like weird, but like I would just look at them for a little bit, and then in my head I would be like, is that person gonna do something? If they're gonna do something to me, if what's gonna be their move? If they do this move, then what's gonna be mine? Okay, even like walking with my mom at the store, okay, like I gotta make sure my mom is protected at all times. Okay, and I would look at everybody, okay. And it wouldn't only be guys, it would be women too. Where it was just like, okay, what if they do something? Okay, like, okay, what's gonna be my defense? Like what are gonna be my moves? Like I gotta make sure I'm like a couple steps ahead of them, and all that. Like it was a lot of overthinking. So doing therapy really helped. It really did help. I was dealing with these issues for years, but I never realized it till this year, almost past mid-year. And going to therapy has helped me a lot. And hopefully, other people, like I said, I know other people are going through a lot worse than I am. They're going through a lot more. And if they've decided to go to therapy, hey, I'm proud of you. If you're someone that's dealing with something and it's just like, I don't know, it's okay. Take your time. because I know it took me some time, but things will be better. Things will be okay. And for those people that are watching this, whether you be family members, friends of mine, friends from online, anyone, my people from Instagram and all that, I want to say thank you for being on this journey with me. I love you guys. I might not say it to you in person, but I do love you guys. And I'm trying to break the whole stigma of us men not being able to show our emotions and not to cry. And it's okay if you want to cry. It's okay to show your emotions. You know, it's fine. And hopefully me doing this video kind of helps in a way. I'm hoping. If it doesn't, it's okay. But yeah, I'm just trying to break those ancestral chains of like things that were passed down from generation to generation of this is how we're supposed to be, because that's not the way it works anymore. Not in this generation, not in this new age. We have to evolve. And when I have my own kids, especially if they're boys, I'm gonna show them like, hey, it's okay to show your emotions. It's okay to cry. You wanna hug me? Hug me. I will love you no matter what. And that's what I'm trying to do. So again, I was taught not to really show my emotions like that, but going to therapy has helped me. I'm working on it. Bear with me. But again, I love you guys. Thank you for the support. This was my secret that I've been having for a while. But yes, my name is Eric. I have anxiety, and I'm okay. I've been dealing with these issues for a while, and this is the happiest I've been in such a long time. And I don't know how to end this, but yeah, that was my secret. That is my secret, but it's not my secret anymore. Love you guys, all right? See you guys later. Adios. One thing I did forget to mention, I did stop drinking. The thing is here, I haven't decided if I'm gonna go back to drinking. So I haven't decided if I'm gonna stop drinking, if I am gonna go back. I still haven't figured that part out. But for the time being, I'm not drinking alcohol. Just in case if like later on in a vlog or whatever, you guys see me drinking, it's like, yo, I thought you weren't. That's one thing I did forget to mention. I haven't really fully decided if I'm gonna ever drink again, or if I'm just gonna stop. Like, I guess the best way to put it, if I'm gonna have alcohol later on, or if I'm gonna completely just stop and not have it for the rest of my life. I still haven't decided. But for, like I said, for right now, we're staying away from it. Like I said, just in case you guys see it later, so you guys will understand that. So again, thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you for being on this journey. Hopefully this inspires some people. Hopefully this makes people understand me a little bit better. You know, because there is times where I just tend to disappear, just to have time to myself. So hopefully this kind of helps them in a way, because it has to deal with my anxiety. Like I said, it's all just tied in together. So like I said, just be patient with me. Thank you again. Love you guys. And nos vemos. Hasta luego.